Donald Trump has formally launched his TikTok, and in what, like a day, he's got 4.5 million followers, and he announced it with this video at UFC.
The president is now on TikTok. It's my honor.
Of course, he's got Kid Rock playing.
So you notice? Did you guys watch UFC? Watch the fight?
No,
was it 2 days ago? It was absolutely fantastic. Some really great fighting. Strickland won, of course, because he's the best. And something great happened. Kevin Holland and Strickland, when they won their fights, jumped out of the ring and ran out to shake the hand of Donald Trump. The whole crowd is cheering for Trump. They're cheering. They're chanting, "We want Trump," and I think they were chanting FJB. The media is losing it. Look at this one. New York Post says, Aaron Rodgers, Sean Strickland have different reactions to Trump's UFC appearance. An absolute lie. A lie. They take this tweet from Ron Filipkowski. He says, Aaron Rodgers remains in his seat and ignores convicted felon Trump as he walks by tonight at UFC fight. Total lie. Aaron Rodgers posted a photo of himself shaking Trump's hand and called it priceless. The media is furious that Donald Trump in Jersey, he did this in New York too, can walk into UFC. These are normies. These are dudes who are just betting on sports, watching a sporting event. Joe Rogan's there. Trump walks up, shakes Rogan's hand. Rogan's smiling. All these big athletes they love Donald Trump. They cannot allow a narrative to exist where Trump is cool and cool guys like him. This is the problem they have. The reason why they need to claim that Aaron Rodgers snubbed him is because they need to be able to go to the people who aren't paying attention and say, major athletes don't like Trump. Nobody likes Trump. We're on the right side of history. Support Biden. Mm-hmm. The reality is you want to be one of the best. You want to be the best fighter. You want to be the best football, best baseball, best musician. You want to be the best podcaster. They're all cheering for Donald Trump. I mean, think about it. You got Strickland wins his fight. Holland wins his fight. They both jump over to shake his hand. Joe Rogan, the greatest podcaster, there shaking his hand.
But look also in that short video at his aplomb. Look at his spirit. I mean, guys, someone wants to search Ron Coleman's Twitter history. It has not been all rah-rah. There's some really good 2016 stuff in there, okay? This man is so... The people who despise him cannot conceive of that kind of personality, of that kind of self-assuredness and embracing life. Think of, in contradistinction of that lowlife, what's his name? The one who was filmed after Hillary lost, sitting and it looked like he was going to kill himself.
Ben Rhodes.
Ben Rhodes, who I tweeted last week. I posted on X that he was one of the few people who really manages to get under my skin.
He's pretty terrible.
He's just constant to be such a pathological liar. But how a man like that is broken, and how a man like this, no matter what else you think of him, and most of what you think of him that's negative is not relevant to his qualifications for president. And one of my things that my wife is always saying is, what you hear, the women, I don't like him. As if they are considering him for a mate.
Or like a dinner guest.
Or a son-in-law. Anyway.
There's a funny viral post where apparently, I can't remember where this post was. Someone said they were at a party and then all the guys started chanting Trump and singing the national anthem, and all the women just started looking at each other like, what do we do?
Oh, that's another thing that Jane always tells me. Women look at each other. Not all women. Not a Brimolo.
I don't want to be lumped into this.
But women are more likely to look around and see what they're supposed to do.
Right.
Yeah, well, women look for social cohesion, right? Yeah. So there's a level of if they are surrounded by other conservative women, they behave differently than when you put them in, in all women's college that's governed completely by left-leaning progressive academics. What stood out to me about the UFC fight, and I don't know if we have a clip of it, but when Trump walked out with Dana White, he's going through the crowd, and it reminds me of when fighters walk out and they're playing music, and it was like he was having his own walk out to the fight. Like the symbolic nature, the picture here could not have been any more powerful coming off the conviction, because it really gave this energy of we're just going to go into the match and fight now.
And now contrast this with his opponent. And it's an interesting call because you say, well, maybe since there is no one with a personality like that we could match up against him, we'll go with the non-personality. We'll go with the golem. We'll go with the, with this person who is being hung up on strings, and reassure people that the system is running things. It's all on auto. It's all on automatic.